بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Hasan Yahya, lecturer, Department of Islamic Studies, Milestone College, Dhaka. Welcome to all Islam and Moral Education class. My dear students, I think all of you are very fine at your home, and today we're going to discuss on chapter 2, lesson 24. And today we'll discuss on very important chapter, that means Halal and Haram. And this topic is very important in our life, and specific, if I want to say, then if you want to get marks in exam, then maybe you will get marks by writing a good thing. But if you want to know something for your life, then this lecture is very important for you, my dear students. And and we are discussing chapter 2, lesson 24. Last class we discussed the terminology concerning of Islamic Shariat, and today we'll discuss the second part of 24th chapter, 24th lesson, that means second chapter, lesson 24, that means the Halal and Haram. Halal and Haram. This lesson is very important, my dear students. If you don't know what is halal and what is haram, and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala get approved for us, and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provided for us, then if we don't know, then we can't lead our life properly. We can't lead our life according to Islamic Shariat, according to the constitution of the whole, we can't lead our life properly. So my dear students, I'd like to welcome all of you. Please give your attention to this class and open your book and take your necessary things. And I would like to request all of you to recite Durud Sharif with me. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Nabiyyi al-Ummiyyi wa alihi wa sallim. Very good, my dear students. Okay, let's start today's lesson. Today we are going to discuss Halal and Haram. Halal and Haram, my dear students. Earthly life is an examination venue for man. It is for the sake of man that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Most High, has created all things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِي خَلَقَ لَكُم مَّا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا. The meaning of this verse, it is who has created for you all that is in the earth. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 29. And the purpose of creating all these things is to test man. For this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared some of this as lawful and still others as unlawful. He has declared as halal all those things as haram which are beneficial for man, and he has forbidden those things which are harmful. So he has clearly introduced to mankind halal and haram through revealed books. My dear students, you can look on a screen. Halal. Halal means lawful, legitimate, wholesome, approved, etc. And beside this, the term halal is also applied in the sense of the holy, sacred, pure, etc. In the Islamic terminology, those things are halal in the Shariat which are distinctly proved by Al-Quran and Hadith as lawful. The term halal may apply to a saying, work, or thing. For example, those things or articles the use of which is lawful in Sharia are known as halal. If I want to say, for instance, eating beef, rice, pills, fruits, etc. among food items, and wearing dress and approval, indicating decency and good taste, etc. Among the halal things, likewise, those saying and deed which Allah the Most High and His Rasuls also have permitted are recognized as halal. For instance, to speak the truth, to conduct trade and commerce agreeable to the Sunnah, to do well to men, etc. are among halal things, my dear students. Okay, just we got some information about halal. Now let's start about haram. Haram is the opposite of halal. Haram is the opposite of halal. Have you got my point, my dear students? Haram is the opposite of halal. Haram means prohibited, bad, unfair, profane, etc. If I want to say the definition of haram in Islamic terminology, those actions or things which are abominable and therefore rejectable and discreditable in pursuance of the clear directions of Al-Quran and Sunnah are haram. In other words, those acts or things which Allah the Most High and His Rasul Islam have clearly forbidden, all those are haram for man. For instance, usury, bribery, gambling, eating pig, meat, drinking wine, taking narcotics, etc. are haram, my dear students. Okay, my dear students, we got some information about halal, we got some information about haram, then we got the definition of halal, then we got the definition of haram. Okay, my dear students, now we are going to discuss the number of halal and haram. Number of halal and haram, my dear students. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Ibrahim. Surah Ibrahim, verse number 34. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you keep on counting the gifts of Allah, you will not be able to exhaust them. Surah Ibrahim at 34. In your book, the first you got the Hadith at first. Number of halal and haram. The first they described about Hadith. Then they described about the ayat. So I think that maybe it's better to describe ayat first. That's why I told you ayat first. And Prophet Muhammad said that Al-halalu bayyin wal-haramu bayyin. Halal matters are clearly stated and haram matters too are clearly stated. This hadith has been taken from Bukhari and Muslim. This hadith has been taken from Bukhari and Muslim Sharif, my dear students. According to the verdict or statement of Shariat, everything is lawful, mubah. However, if a prohibition is found against it on Al-Quran and Hadith, it will become haram. So it is understood that the number of halal things is uncountable and the number of forbidden things is limited. Have you got my point, my dear students? So if you want to say anything is haram, that means it's not good, it's unfair, then you have to get the document from Al-Quran, from Sunnah. Other things all are proved. So haram is limited, but halal is not limited. Okay, my dear student? And as the number of the haram things is limited, a list of haram matters and things is given below, my dear students. Today I'm going to discuss, I'm going to view idea about haram things, my dear students. You can see in your screen: dead animals, drink blood, human flesh, eat pig, meat or pork, sacrifice flesh meat, drink wine, take drug, kill animal, backbiting, etc. Actually, this is the key point of the description. If you want to, if you see in your book, page number 103, that means 103 page number, you can see the number 1. It is haram to eat dead animals, but to eat dead fish is not haram. That means it is haram to eat dead animals. Number 2, to drink blood, but blood sticking to meat of halal animals is not haram. Number 3, to eat human flesh. Number 4, to eat pig meat or pork. Number 5, eating flesh or meat of animals sacrificed in the name of anyone except Almighty Allah. Number 6, to drink wine. Number 7, to take any narcotics such as heroin, yaba, fentanyl, ganja, afim, etc., my dear students. Number 8, to eat the meat of animals killed by cooking or by throwing down from a height. To eat the meat of ferocious animals such as tiger, lion, bear, etc. To eat the meat of poisonous and harmful animals such as snake, scorpion, etc. To eat the meat of those animals and birds that feed on filthy and impure, unholy and unclean things such as crow, vulture, dog, etc. To eat the meat of ass, donkey, mule, elephant, etc. Money or wealth acquired through usury, bribery and gambling, etc. Money or goods acquired through theft, dissolution, terrorism, extortion, fraud, deceit, etc. Trading and transaction of illicit articles or merchandise. To give false evidence, to take false oath, to speak ill of others, backbiting, above all, absence, discourteous, offensive talk, action, and things that may hurt other beings, my dear students. In fact, all those things prohibited by Al-Quran and Sunnah are haram. It is the essential obligation of all Muslims to abstain from all these prohibited things and activities, my dear students. That means, just we got the few points, what actually described in our book, the number of haram, my dear student. Now, influence halal on human life. Influence of halal on human life, my dear students. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying in Surah Al at 168, Ya ayyuhan-nas kulu mimma fil ardi halalan tayyiba. O mankind, you take the halal and pure things of the earth. Surah Al at 168. And gift from Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Man takes the gifts of Allah the Most High through taking the halal things and becomes the recipient of the highest good. Halal things spare man. You know, halal things spare man to worship Allah. Man can worship Allah the Most High more and more. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying in the Holy Quran, Ya ayyuhar rusulu kulu minat tayyibati wa'amalu saliha. O prophets, you eat from pure things and do good deeds. Surah Al Mu'minun, ayat 51. My dear students, the most important thing is that halal things, halal and pure things that keep man's body and brain sound. They generate nur, light in the heart. As a result, man takes no heading unjust and dishonest conduct. Man grows up with noble qualities. In fact, halal foods create a holy feeling and self-purification. In consequences, man become recipient of immense good in both here on earth and in the Akhirat, my dear students. My dear students, just we got the influence of halal in human life. Now, I want to discuss on influence of haram on man's life. Influence of haram on man's life, my dear students. My dear students, influence of haram on man's life, making life terrible, harmful for society, harmful for man's heart, full of hell. Making life terrible. My dear students, the consequence of haram things, sayings and deeds in man's life is very terrible. There are some such ingredients in some haram things as the extremely harmful for human mind, brain and body. More often, these things prevents man's brain. They even develop many severe and fatal diseases. For example, alcohol, hemp, heroin, etc. My dear students. My dear students, haram activities also exert harmful influence on human society. Among these, usury, bribery, grumbling, etc. are a few examples. Due to this social environment and deteriorates moral human values are destroyed. Disparity surfaces in the society and many such men who practice them become destitute and bankrupt. Many do not even hesitate to commit suicide, my dear students. My dear students, the next point is that, if I want to say, my dear students, harmful for man's heart. Haram food extends harmful influence on man's heart. Man become inclined to unfairness, obscenity and dishonesty. The noble qualities of human character are destroyed. Men lost interest in worship, my dear students. The Prophet Muhammad said, a man finishes a long journey and prays to Allah, raising his both hands, O Allah, but his food and drink, his dress, all are haram. So, how can his prayers be acceptable? This hadith has been taken Muslim Sharif, my dear students. You know, the last point is that fuel of hell. Fuel of hell. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in another hadith that body, human, which is formed of haram, will be the fuel of hell. This hadith has been taken from Ahmad, Bayhaqi and Darimi. My dear students, in fact, haram leads man to the path of evil and doom. So we shall always remain alert about haram. We shall adopt halal ways in all our saying, actions, food and drink, etc. We got some information about halal, haram, the meaning of halal, the meaning of haram, the definition of halal, definition of haram, influence of human life on halal, influence of on man's life about haram. There are some number of halal, haram we got. Some very important information. My dear students, if we want to lead our life attentively according to Islamic Shariat, according to the path of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we must maintain the rules of regulations from Holy Quran, from Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why today's lesson is very important, especially halal and haram. If you pray to Almighty Allah, always you cry during your prayer, always. But your dress is haram. What actually you take, it's haram. So at first we have to ensure that our everything is halal. Our money is halal. Our food is halal. Our income is halal. So my dear students, I would like to welcome all of you. I would like to request all of you, please spread the message among all people. My dear students, today's lesson is very important, not only for your exam, but also for your life, my dear students. So, okay, my dear students, no more today. If you have any problem, just let me know in the inbox or WhatsApp or in comment box also. Inshallah, if you have any problem, you can tell me. I will solve the problem, or you can ask your subject teacher. Thank you so much, my dear students. No more today. May Allah bless us all. Try to perform salat regularly. Try to respect your teachers. Try to respect your parents. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.